So speaking of people's life stories that I don't want to hear about and don't care about.
Yeah.
Joe Biden's dog bit a security guard.
No fucking. He did.
He did.
He did. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I did the thumbnails today. I'm like, oh yeah, got bit by a security guard. And then within the last half hour, I just forgot it happened.
Yeah, because the reason why, again, the theme of this whole thing is I don't care about your life story is because they tried to make these dogs like a dunk on Trump for not having a dog. And so they made like that pupper White House page or whatever.
Good
dumb
Lord,
fucking
yeah.
shit. Do you remember that?
I do, and I still see it occasionally.
It was the Pavel office or just something gay and ridiculous.
Yeah.
So they made that dumb fucking thing, and it wasn't Champ. I think the other one was like it's something equally as like dumb in America. It was like Champ or Maverick or like
Buster.
Like it was some M name. It was like Marshall, Maverick. It was something
Max.
some white man naming his dog name. So Max, yeah, totally, yeah, Maxwell, Max for short. Ugh, God, I hate people like this. But anyway, so this is a giant story with this particular dog. So it was this rescue German Shepherd, and it bit a security guard, and then immediately they went to Joe and said, Joseph, Marshall's getting sent, Maverick's getting sent to a very nice farm in Delaware. And he goes, who? What? Your dog, Joe. Your dog. I have a dog. You have a few dogs. And then they go in the back of the White House and they look at Maverick and said, thank you for being good for photo ops. They take a 22 caliber bullet and just blasted him right in the head, and now Maverick is no longer part of the Biden family.
And he died in his sleep.
And after that bullet pierced his cranium and his skull, he now is
and his skull.
He peacefully went to sleep from euthanasia. I really do believe that Maverick or whatever is having an eternal dirt nap. I really do.
Do you think they actually killed that dog?
I really do. Because that, I mean that's what happens.
Dog.
Like I mean it must have been bad enough to where the dog drew blood, and like typically when that happens, you either have a giant lawsuit or you kill the dog.
Right.
And so they definitely killed the dog. For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's you know, it's interesting, but like, so we heard all about Joe Biden's life story, and I want to show you how much Joe Biden cares about our life story. So I can't get past Washington Post's ridiculous fucking paywall. I tried, but the headline still stands.
Biden stimulus showers money on Americans, sharply cutting poverty and favoring individuals over businesses.
So do you think that this is okay? Well, number one, this isn't real. Like, this is a propaganda. I mean, it's the astroturfing and the propaganda has been so intense, and I still see people falling for it. Like, I had this thought in the car today when I was getting back from the grocery store. I was thinking, because I have a friend that I would like to have on, but he's too technologically illiterate. But to click a link and get his, whatever. But so I was thinking, because he sends me all these posts of his friends that are just so like Biden is he's crushing it, right? And I'm like, these people have been so effectively convinced by propaganda that if I took all the, like, let's say 100 of these people and like had a big hall where I had a microphone and a pulpit, I could have them in a death cult in 3 months. 3 months, I could get them to kill themselves. No problem.
Yeah.
Like, that's how fucking brain dead these people are. I was saying to you, like, are chemtrails real and they're making people dumb, but we're like immune somehow?
Yeah. What was that tweet you saw? The Sacha Baron Cohen tweet?
Holy shit.
He's out of his goddamn mind.
He's out of his goddamn mind. Like, it was some parody artist who does graffiti art, and he did this one of like Bill Gates, like with a syringe, and then it said like putting microchips in your body or whatever.
Yeah, time for a system update or something like that.
Yeah, time for a system update, exactly. And when if you look at the rest of this guy's art, it's all memes that he paints on walls. So like that was a meme. Like another one was it was Patrick Bateman talking about like the thickness of the card, like that scene in American Psycho. Yeah. And he says like, the thickness of this NFT, which is like the non-fundable something.
It's a digital thing.
Digital thing that costs money. It's a new thing that's happening right now that I'm trying to understand.
It's a waste, you guys. As much value as it appears they have, they mean nothing. Yeah. And they could immediately drop from the online sphere in a snap.
Exactly.
So who cares about NFTs?
Yeah. So anyway, Sacha Baron Cohen has this tweet where he's like, "Attention, Mark Zuckerberg, how could you allow this image on the Instagram website?" And he's like tagging him. He was like frantic about the satirical movie star who does satire was too stupid to recognize satire. And this whole coronavirus and Trump is so deep in this guy's riddled, wormy brain that he made himself look like a fucking retard. I mean, it was like any semblance of respect I had for him was just gone. It's like, I am not watching any of your shit anymore because it's not funny now. Like, it was funny when you were quiet, and then now that you're this loud and dumb, like, I can't really laugh at your shit anymore. Like, it's not funny.
Those brainworms are a prerequisite to believing headlines like this.
Yeah, and so like in this headline, right? So like, okay, let's take a step back, right? So we got the headline, we get it. So let's take a step back, right? This bill, Trump gave us way more money. Like, and also keep in mind that $600 was still under the Trump administration.
It was.
Right? And they keep trying to manufacture consent. Like, that's one of them where they're trying to convince us that like Biden's thing is the best thing to ever happen to everybody ever. Yeah. But Trump gave us a $1,200 check, had $600 unemployment plus the $600, which was still under his administration. The vaccine was because of Operation Warp Speed, but they want to say Joe's pushing it out faster, which would have been the inevitable sort of tumbling of things had Trump still been president. So it's all just fucking astroturfing bullshit lies. It's not even a defense of Trump. It's just kind of like, it's just being honest. We're just being honest. And so, but people really just fall for this. And again, I'm creating a death cult. I'm announcing it here. And so I can just rid the world of like a handful of these people so they won't bother you guys anymore. So that's coming soon. Jordan's death cult coming in 2021.
It's like the government that Biden inherited that nobody seems to want to talk about.
Right.
But everybody wants to talk about how Obama inherited a fucking crashing economy in 2008.
It never ended.
And they constantly talked about it. It was one of my main talking points in like 2010 when I was pretending to become politically online.
Right.
It was like Obama inherited this awful government, this awful economy. It's not his fault.
Right.
But now they don't want to maybe admit that Biden inherited policies that were already in motion to get people vaccinated or money that needed to get sent out to Americans. And of course, a COVID relief bill was passed today, which great. Yeah. But Biden is dragging his feet.
Well, because
he does not work for us.
Because it was, you know, the part that pissed me off, right, was it was this Joe Manchin faggot who was like the one that was holding everything up because he needed Republicans to agree with him. I think he must feel like he's really beholden to his constituents or whatever that are kind of, because he is kind of like in a purple district and have like kind of by the skin of his teeth like as a Democrat.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, dude, you poll anybody that ended up voting for Trump, it's like because I saw his fucking name on the check because of like, he gave us money. Yeah. He gave us money. So it's like people are like, his name, Joe Manchin, was the fucking roadblock on this thing. So we knew the entire GOP wouldn't vote for it, of course. So ever since Clinton, they've been the party of no to anything the Democrats want to do. That is like, so we know this already. They suck, blah, blah, blah. They have sucked for fucking 30 years, 40 years. Who cares, right? Yeah. This one fucking Democrat asshole, Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema and all these other fucking idiots, are the ones that held it up. So like, so we have two people, right? We have Joe Manchin who made this so fucking difficult and made it like just keep dragging into like time where it wasn't getting passed. And then we have Kristen Sinema who did her cutesy little curtsy with the $15 minimum wage. And these people are severely underestimating that people vote for you if they see money go into their bank account.
Yeah.
Obviously. Money is the biggest driving incentive for how you vote of all time. So these people are fucking gone. Like even if it was like Republicans, like most even Republicans don't like austerity shit. Like not government ghoul Republicans, but like Republicans on the ground, real fucking working people. This shit, like, they that's what they want too. Yeah. Like it's why like every conservative Latino, not everyone, but like large swaths of them voted for Trump because of money. Like they weren't even, I mean, they're kind of culturally conservative, but they don't typically vote conservative.
Right.
But they did because of money.
Yes.
Money.
Yes. Did you hear Biden's not going to be signing the checks?
Yes, I did hear that too, which is a stupid.
It's the stupidest move he could make.
And
he can take all credit for these checks.
I know.
For the $1,400 checks or whatever.
I know.
But he's choosing not to.
I know. And it's so fucking pathetic.
That's so funny.
But like, you know, and I had a point. My point though with Biden, and again, because just to keep this about him, is like, so this Joe Manchin thing was inexcusable. I mean, absolutely. Like, and the American populace, right, left, was watching this asshole like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And where the fuck was Joe Biden? Like, if Joe Biden had addressed the nation and been like, this fucking asshole is like, and your constituents better fucking remember this. Like, and again, so it would get him to vote no. But it's like, still, it's just like, where the fuck is he? I have not seen that motherfucker, like, other than like forgetting who his Secretary of Defense was, and didn't seem to even know where the fuck he was. They're hiding him. They're absolutely, and like Kamala Harris too. Where the fuck is she? Like, it's like they just,
all they do is post photos on Twitter of them walking.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I see these days.
Only thing. Or it's like,
where are you going, bitch?
Or like those fan cams of Joe Biden where it's like in slow motion. You're just like, dude, it is getting like state media level. It already is. I mean, it's just, it's so like, it was like a joke for a while, and now it's absolutely for real. And again, like, we have Jeff Bezos's Washington Post saying that he's showering us with money. And keep in mind, there are some great things in this, like the $3,000 child tax credit. It's great.
Yeah.
This $1,400, great. You know, the not changing the unemployment, not so great. But at the same time, it's like you're doing this one time. This, like, that tax credit for children, even Romney wants it to just be in perpetuity.
Yeah.
But no. So you're not cutting poverty in half. Like, this article says that he's cutting poverty in half for a month.
Exactly.
For a month.
1 month.
Yeah. And so it's just the most ridiculous level of, like, just absolute utter horseshit.
Like, what do you mean cutting poverty in half means nothing? That's not a sentence that makes any sense.
No.
But if we're going to use that same logic, Trump did the same with the stimulus checks the first time around.
Correct.
The $2,000, right? Or $1,200, excuse me.
It was $1,200, and then there was a $600 plus up on the unemployment.
So,
and then when all these assholes couldn't agree on, because unemployment went down to the normal amount without the plus up, which is not enough money for anybody to survive on, especially in California. Trump did an executive order to take FEMA funds to at least plus it up to the amount that it's at now.
Yeah.
It's still $300 for the plus up, which still isn't enough money. And so, like, he really did way more than this asshole did concerning this kind of thing. And because, like, you know, Trump, to his credit, as a Republican, was not an austerity asshole. He did not mind spending money at all, because I think as a populist, whether you liked it or not, he understood what people want, which is money. You know, and it's what he wants, which is, I think, is partly why it worked. So, you know, talk about Biden cutting poverty in half. I found this map. I was looking for, like, where I could get vaccinated, or if I could, and they had this map here, and so it's basically like a health map, like, representation. So
I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah, this was
fascinating
to me. So, like, let me get down to where, Jesus Christ, let me get to where we are.
It's gonna be a little laggy.
There we go. So here's Los Angeles, right?
Tell us what the colors mean.
I will tell you in a moment. So blue is unhealthy and green is very healthy, right?
Yes.
So which areas do you expect to be unhealthy?
If I were to make a guess,
like what
say
types of people?
Poor people.
Correct. So here's Compton, one of the some of the most unhealthy people on the planet.
Dark blue.
Lakewood is a very high income tech center area. Very dark green. We have Belmont Shore, where I used to live.
Dark green as well. Very nice area.
And this is where we are over here.
Yep.
Dark blue.
Dark blue.
And so could it be?
And look at most of Los Angeles. South LA is entirely dark blue.
Right.
That is fucking crazy. Commerce, Huntington Park, East LA.
Yes.
Monterey Park, El Monte. Definitely unhealthy.
Correct.
Inglewood.
Yep.
Westmont. Are you serious? Like Linwood. All these places are dark blue.
Right.
And what's the correlating factor? It's poverty.
Poverty and race, which are like...
And race. They are intermeshed.
They intersect. I mean, that's like the one time where I will actually use the word intersectional, but they like... it's by design that our leaders never talk about this intersection because they'd have to address some real fucking problems that they have now dictated are racially insensitive to talk about. So it's like, we don't really, like, it's so funny how much they talk about identity politics, but they really don't want to help black people at all. I mean, it's so fucking fascinating. So yeah, Joe Biden has saved us, and we're cured of poverty.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love this map. It's so heartening to see this.
Yes. So
it just confirms my suspicion.
Yeah, which it's like one of those things. Like, it's a suspicion, but again, like, you're smart enough to already know it. Like, I knew it. We can see it everywhere. I mean, like, and so it's so fucking obvious. So speaking of more of stories that I don't want to hear your life story. International Women's Day happened.
Oh, what did you do to celebrate?
Let's see.
I blasted my pussy.
I just sat down on the bed, put on some I don't know, Michelle Branch, and flicked my bean.
Some Sheryl Crow.
Sheryl Crow.
She's fantastic.
She's exempt from that. Yeah. But
I put on some Phoebe Bridgers.
I was trying to think. Melissa, what's the dyke musician that puts on Lilith Fair? I don't know. Come to my window. By the light of the moon. Yeah, her. So beautiful. It doesn't matter. Just some lesbian. Anyway, so there was the funniest, like, normally, like, Women's Day has, like, since, like, this whole thing fucking started, especially, well, it's been around forever for for whatever reason. But, like, now when the Women's March happened and Trump, now everything that you use that is technology related, or even newspapers or like anything, they have to just shove it in your fucking face, like every fucking thing is that. So Melissa Etheridge, thank you.
There we go. Thank you,
Greg. But this time around, like, I think I'm either getting hardened or like softer, or I just don't care anymore about these culture things. So I was just laughing so hard at these two groups of people that I like really despise fighting with each other. So the ACLU put out a tweet that said, on this International Women's Day, we want to celebrate all women, no matter their gender, sex, or, like, it was basically like a pro-trans on Women's Day tweet. Yeah. And then, like, women who wouldn't have typically been seen, like, as TERFs or whatever, they were like, wait a minute, this is my Women's Day. It's mine. It's not yours, you trans people. It's mine. And then it was trans people below, like, but it's ours too. It's our Trans Women's Day. And so I was just howling about that tweet in bed, which you saw me, like, that whole thread of things. And then I found one from a friend of yours.
Somebody I have met once or twice.
Who just came out as trans. And then their post was them kind of like, what was the pose they were in? It was like, yeah, exactly. And then what was the caption?
Celebrating my first International Women's Day.
It was just so.
She was so funny to me because she was not a good person before her transition, nor was she after, as far as I can tell.
She used to be a catty cunt, I mean, it's like, it all kind of fits into place. But yeah, so it's like it was so funny to me just to watch. It's mine.
This is my Women's Day.
It's not your Women's Day. It's mine.
Did you see that post by oh no, what is her name? She is the girl. She was like, gay men, you are one of us.
Yeah.
I love her. And she's like, to all women, straight women, bi women, lesbians.
Because even though it was a joke, there was a lot of truth. I think that she might be a lesbian too, but like,
I think so. Yeah, what is her name?
I can't remember. I used to follow her, but I didn't know her. So if I knew her, I would have muted her. But I don't know her in person. But she just had like retweeted dumb shit and whatever.
Oh,
and so
boring. Yeah.
And so like I just was kind of like I ended up taking her. Was it Meg Stalter? No, she's another one.
No, Meg Stalter, but similar
vibe.
Stuff, yeah.
But. Yeah, dude, I like that's what's been so. I think that the reason why the culture war stuff is like not affecting me in the slightest, because I have tons of friends that I used to talk about this kind of stuff too. Like, what do you think about the Dr. Seuss thing? I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care.
Right.
Like,
none of it matters.
None of it matters. Like, it's not like
psyop.
Well, they're burning books, and it's like, well, do you not think that you can get a PDF? I can get the. I can get the Anarchist Cookbook. I can get how to make a pipe bomb in Minecraft. You can 3D print a lower receiver. You know, the most important invention since the Soda Stream. You know,
hypothetically, yeah.
Yeah, hypothetically in Minecraft, I could theoretically in Minecraft
with the right mods, you can build a lower half receiver
and the right mithril. That's not the wrong game. Whatever. But yeah, but the culture war shit just seems to work itself out. Like these women who like were not considered TERFs before are going to start to get pissed by this very tiny group of trans people and their allies that are so stupid and so brainwormy that they can't really they get triggered by the just most minor kind of thing. Like someone saying like, actually this day's about real women. Actually, it's kind of like Valentine's Day, and it's utter fucking horseshit. Like, how about we have no days, or months?
None.
Like, this is the dumbest fucking shit. Like, it's all just self-congratulatory bullshit where it's mostly people who aren't that particular thing. Well, Women's Day is definitely a women's construction. It's mostly women who decide, we need Pride Month or we need Black History Month. It's like these kinds of things Morgan Freeman was like, you have a month. I don't fucking want this month.
Yeah.
And so it's all just so stupid.
Also, remember, any international holiday, particularly in America, is used as a way to get your money.
Yes.
Companies will tweet shit like was KFC who tweet Burger King. Burger King will tweet shit like "women belong in the kitchen," and it goes viral. And then they reply to their tweet saying, "But there aren't as many as there should be. Only 20% of chefs are women."
It's a shame to me because they were giving out scholarships. I don't really know what that entailed, but it was it was not a bad thing. But I thought it was I got to give them credit. I mean, that was some of the most clever bit of viral marketing I think I've ever seen in my life.
But remember, now every company is going to do that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, again, they paved the way. Well, great. To have fucking dunk on women tweets, I'm all for it.
And I hope Arby's tweets, "I hate faggots coming into my store."
Yes, I can.
And then replying, "If they're in a bad mood, we want every fag to come here in a great mood and have a wonderful time."
We're gagging for you, faggot. Gio says, "What do we think of Charlotte Clymer? I fucking hate her. She's an absolute fucking DNC shill and she's the worst.
She is the worst.
She's the absolute fucking
regardless
worst.
Of identity, she is the worst.
I don't give she has resigned her identity in my eyes. I don't have any respect for the fact that she's trans. I do not care. I'm clearly still willing to say pronouns. I think it's fucking dumb to not do it, but she sucks. She just sucks. She's a horrible, horrible, awful, monstrous person who I think is the one that poisoned the Human Rights Campaign and made them just absolute, they're like the ACLU. I mean, it's like these groups that had a lot of influence and changed people's lives in a positive way now have no teeth anymore.
Yeah.
They've become fundraising apparatuses for the fucking DNC essentially. Apparati? I don't know, whatever. So yeah, I think that's that.
Basket.